Welcome to the Mennonite Heritage Village. And behind me is the Chortitz house barn. It's one of the first buildings that was moved here on our site in the 1960s. It's a fully intact house barn. And I believe Manitoba has the best collection of house barns in the world. And it's exciting to have this and the symbol of community, of stability, and being here in the village together. And we're going to share about our project with the Chortitz house barn.
We're inside the kitchen area of the Chortitz house barn now, and I'm here to tell you about phase 1 and phase 2 of this project. Phase 1 is starting this summer. We have already started working on the structural part of the building for the barn section. There we will be dealing with some of the rotten sills and exterior siding. The whole entire east wall will be replaced with new boards, and then it will be totally repainted. Inside the house portion of the building, we will be dealing with one of the biggest structural problems of the building, and that's right underneath my feet here. It's a bulge in the foundation that's causing the floor in the kitchen area to bulge up. We'll be fixing the foundation and lowering that floor so that we can close all our doors, that people won't be tripping, and that all of the damage that is being caused by a heaving foundation will be fixed in the building's interior. In phase 2, which we're planning to do next summer, we'll be then focusing on some of the really quintessential elements of this structure and what make it really unique. One of those aspects is the central brick oven, and it's very unique. In the 1980s, the Manitoba government did a study and found that this was the only house barn actually from the West Reserve in the Morden-Winkler area that contained the central brick oven and chimney structure. So it's very unique to this building. We will be taking out all of the plaster from the oven. We will be taking the loose mortar out, repairing all of that, replacing all of it, and creating an oven that will be usable. We haven't been able to use a central brick oven in about 20 years because it just hasn't been safe to do so. Once this phase 2 is done, we'll be able to use the oven again for demonstration purposes, for visitors coming in on festival days, and for school programs. So we're very excited about that. The other thing that we'll be addressing next summer is repainting the exterior of the Chortitz house barn house. Anybody who has walked by the house will notice it has this bright, cheerful teal trim, which is flaking. So the house is looking a little down at heel at this point. Repainting it will give it that life and longevity, and it will also preserve the wood structure of the building as well. All of this work that we have planned for this summer and next summer in both phases of this project can't be done without you, our community. Would you please join us in donating to the restoration of the Chortitz house barn to enable us to preserve this house for generations to come?
So please support the Chortitz house barn project today. We do have a Manitoba grant that covers almost half of it. It's just over $50,000 total, and the grant we have is $22,000. We received it last year just as the pandemic was starting, and haven't been able to do that fundraising to fulfill the other 50% of the grant that we need to cover that. If we don't do it this year, we will lose that grant. So please help us to make sure we get to make use of that grant. So it's almost like your donation will be 2 for 1. And yeah, we do also have phase 2 that we want to do, which will be just around $20,000. And so we appreciate any help you can do to the Chortitz house barn project at MHV.